So if you're watching this video, you're probably considering if you should buy this John Deere E100. And I'm going to give you a little bit of my take on this thing. I've owned this thing for a couple years. I am impressed in some areas and not impressed in some other areas. It's all what you can live with. I live on a very flat piece of property, so I wouldn't really have a big issue with this. And I just don't really mow a whole bunch. I've had this for 2 years, and it has a little over 22 hours on it, 23 hours now. It is powered by a 17.5 horsepower motor. It does have the 38-inch deck, and things I do like about it, it does have a fuel gauge, and it actually works for now. I don't know how it's going to be in 20 years. I guess we'll come to find out. But it looks like a pretty decent design, and it does work, and it's pretty accurate. Raising and lowering the deck's real easy. My wife can even do it, and she's not too strong. Usually they're pretty heavy, but I mean, this is a breeze. I will give it to them. They really did a nice design there. Another thing I really liked was the cup holder. This is the only tractor in entry level bracket that actually gives you a cup holder. And since we're talking about the cup holder, let's go to something I don't like. I don't like how hard it is to go forward and reverse. I understand they wanted to separate it, but I mean, I feel like this notch here is plastic. I know it's hardened, but I feel like sometimes I'm going to take it off because I'm trying to go so quick. It's just not very intuitive shifting into reverse. That's something I don't like. Another thing I actually had an issue with was the battery on this. Maybe I just got a fluke, but they advertise a really good battery. I had to replace it within 6 months ownership. Not a big deal to me. I just bought a really good one at the local parts store. But one thing I do want to give to John Deere is the deck. I have to say, it really never gets clogged. I cut in the wettest of grass to really test how good their deck was, and I was impressed. I mowed a super overgrown field, as you guys could tell yesterday, and I mean, it did a beautiful job, and it never got clogged, and it was always throwing. So I'm real impressed, and I was mowing full speed. And I remember their ad that said, "It's not how good you mow, it's how you mow fast." And I mock it a little bit, but back to the serviceability on this thing, they are right. Oil filter is super easy to get at, and when it drips down, it's like a little bit on the frame, but I mean, it's pretty easy to get a little catch can underneath here. And then another thing I want to give them big props on, some lawnmower makers don't do, is your oil drain is actually out here, so that's always nice. But besides that, the E100's been pretty good. It does seem like it has a little bit of a lag in the hydrostatic transmission, but it hasn't broke down, it hasn't given me any issue. Maybe it's because I expect a racing mower, I have no idea. Maybe my expectations are unreal. But for a $1,600 price tag, I think it's very good for what it is. Hey guys, it's Dick here again today. Today I'm going to be showing you this John Deere E100. I'm going to be showing you how she cuts grass. And if you guys are looking to buy one of these, this could help you make that decision. I ended up cutting a little over an acre, and the gas gauge is still full. Took me about an hour and 15 minutes. So I figured to let you guys watch the time lapse. I'm going to show you guys in a second how the yard looks after, and you guys be the judge if you want to buy this thing. I will have to say this is the most uncomfortable John Deere seat that they make, but it is the cheapest John Deere. Again, I bought this a couple of years ago. I want to say for about $1,300 bucks, $1,350. It was on sale because it was the end of the year. I think this one usually is around $1,500, but it's a very good model. I appreciate it. If you guys could go down there, hit that like and subscribe button, that would help me out a ton, especially if this is helping you make a decision if you're going to buy this bad boy. So check out the job. Now, as you guys can tell, this is a pretty decent sized field here. That mower does have a 38-inch deck, so this did take a little bit of time. I would say this is about 1.5 acres maybe, 1.20 acre. It didn't take too long, it's about 1 hour 15 minutes. I'd say it's about 1 acre an hour machine. I don't know what they rate it, but that's what you're going to cut decent. And as you can tell, it does really do a decent job cutting. I'm impressed with the cut. I did cut at full speed, and this was overgrown, as you could tell, and it didn't seem to handle it that bad. There was some spots where it did just knock it over, had to go back over it a little slow, but overall did a great job. So there you guys have it. One small thing I wanted to comment on was the styling on this mower in general. I really think that John Deere's design people, especially for an entry-level mower, really gave this thing an expensive, nice look, and they really didn't chintz out. I really love that they have a plastic hood so it'll never rust and never dent. And if you're hitting something hard enough with it, it's going to be good. But I mean, it's just good high quality plastic. How they formed it was good. It just looks really good. And the floor in the middle, I'm really impressed with it. I can't speak it enough about it. And the deck washing system actually works. Another thing.
Wow.